both of us as well. So I'm assuming, because I haven't touched nothing, it should be all right.
Yeah, hopefully. Fingers crossed.
It is what it is. We'll go for it.
Yeah, I reckon I can hear you already. Sweet. Hello, people out there, to Thingamajig's Racing Channel. And we are here. You may have already guessed by hearing in the background. I've got a guest with me at the Ultimate Racing League's final showdown. This is the dropout part. You may have caught last week the actual winners showdown, and now we have the drop down showdown. And I am joined by the legend. It's Paul E72 Racing Channel, is it, or just YouTube channel? Sorry.
Racing Channel.
Yeah.
Racing
See,
channel.
I got it right. It's an awesome channel, man. Oh yeah. Sorry.
That's fine, everyone. Yeah, how are you doing? This is going to be great tonight, this one.
It's going to be a banger, I'm telling you. So, yeah, your channel, man, I've got to say, I'm a huge fan. I love it. He covers not just Ultimate Racing League's racing during the week and on Sundays, but he also does guides for laps that I found very helpful during the season. I know that you do them in Group 3 and I was racing in Group 4s, but they were still extremely helpful. And I've enjoyed the looks at the daily races, the weekly challenges. So
yeah, just mix it up a little bit, put some little bits and pieces in there. Yeah, a little bit of time up.
It's awesome. Yes. So this evening we've got a couple of dropouts, unfortunately, Paul. But people are busy over the Christmas period, aren't they? They put their families above racing.
Yeah, that festivities do get in the way sometimes, don't they? But yeah, I suppose yes, they do take priority, I guess.
So the four first races that we had planned was Totem versus Matt Psycho, but Mr. Psycho cannot make it, so Totem gets through. Then we had Dyson versus Toby, and I think Toby also couldn't make it, so Dyson goes through. Unforgiven versus Flat B, but Flat B couldn't make it, so Unforgiven goes through, which leaves us with race 4 of the last 8. It's Dirgeview versus P. White, and they're in their cars, Paul, and it's a Nismo. It's a nice car.
It's the GTR. Yeah, this is going to be
at St. Croix. Nice. That's a beefy car they're taking around there, sir.
My favourite venue. Whole games.
Oh yeah. I'm guessing this is their warm-up, hopefully. Yeah, I believe it is.
Yeah, I believe it is, yeah. How you been finding this 1v1? I mean, from what I've heard and what I've seen also as well, is obviously big success. A lot of people signing up for this. I mean, I think, personally, it should be something that's going to be considered going forward. In between kind of seasons, or, when there's bank holidays, etc., whatever. Just such is the people that want to do it, the list of people that want to do it. I think we'll fill it till next Christmas.
Yes. Yeah, it's been, to tell you the truth, when it first popped up, it was just asking for volunteers to do a stream of it and I didn't really know what I was signing up for, to tell you the truth, until it started. And it has been absolutely high adrenaline, high octane from the second it started right up till now. It's been, these guys have really got into the spirit of the 1v1. And it's been a fantastic competition, but I don't know if it's taken them by surprise as much as myself, but it's definitely going to be a big thing in URL's calendar going forward, I would think.
I think it will be. I think from 2025 onwards, this is going to be one of the main features of the seasons.
It is. It's definitely turned out. Dirgeview and Unforgiven can take a boo from what they've managed with this.
Yeah, takes a lot of organising, I would imagine. I'd hate to do it. I would personally. Wouldn't be for me. My brain couldn't handle that sort of stuff. So fair play to them. Hats off to them.
Yeah, no. When he first sent me the spreadsheet, the whole thing from the beginning to the end, and it was like winner of race 42 plays winner of race 56, and I was just like, nope. I closed the app and thought, no, that's not for me.
get on with it, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going to show up and I'll see what two are racing and just scream about it as it happens.
Just do as you're told, yeah, exactly.
But yeah, for those that love the old stats and that, if you go back through it, there is a proper rule in there. He's used proper math and everything. It's been great.
Yeah, spreadsheets and all sorts. That's what we're talking about here.
Yeah, well, Dershview himself, yes. Dershview, he is League of Champions. He is, I'm covering League of Champions next season, so I will learn. I am yet to know what Dershview has. He was very, very mighty in my last stream. I think he won 2 of those races that evening in 2 lovely Christmas decorations. So, well, I know he's fast. And I've raced PY, who also is very fast. We saw him last week drop out of the winners last 8. So, and he's League 2 now. Yeah, he's got promoted from last season. So it's...
I mean, Dershview, whatever you want to call him, we call him Dirk, but yeah, Dershview. I mean, he's not been with us that long, and for where he's got to now, the improvement, he's got so much quicker, and he deserves to be in the League of Champions. He's one mighty driver. We know this anyway, but he's absolutely awesome.
Yeah, the flashes I've seen, like I said, I've only seen him in the 1v1 so far, and he has been mighty. You know, until he wasn't, because obviously he's down in it here in the drop downs, but near the end there it was tight. It could have flipped a coin between who was going through and who wasn't.
Different no one here, isn't it? At the end of the day, you've got to remember all these drivers are getting through a car, they don't have any practice, they don't know what car it is, they don't know what track it's in, and it literally you're in, shut the door, and you've got like 10 minutes, 15 minutes of racing, and that's it. And you either like the car, you get on with it, or you don't. And I think you can fall to the best of them, can't they? We've seen that.
Yes. Oh, yes, definitely. Yeah, we've seen some big names drop out early doors. But so Dershview seems very comfortable in it. And PY, I'd say he's the underdog in this fight, but you never know. Like you said, it's an equaliser with them not knowing the cars. And PY's not got many miles on it, and Dershview's got no miles on it. So it looks like it's his first tap on the...
brand spanking new.
Yes. Off the shelf. So yeah, it is a good equaliser between the two of them, and it's just one small mistake can make all the difference. In the chat we've got some movement. We've got Agent Smith saying good evening, guys. I've used Paul's guides also, so there you go, it's not just me.
Well, if it helps him out, then I must be doing something right, because he's one of the aliens, and I would never have thought he'd be looking at it.
Yeah, there you go, you never know. Ultimate Racing League saying good evening, guys. Phaser saying good evening. Phaser hasn't missed a second of this 1v1. He's been sticking with it. Mark Wilson saying evening, gents. Enjoy the racing tonight. Oh, we are. We're going to. Ultimate Racing League saying, but you like the Jag, Paul. And, is there a Jaguar you don't like?
Sorry, yes, I do like, yes. I do, yes. We'll leave it there. I'll explain another day, but yeah. Especially around this track.
Less good period.
Absolutely.
Very good. Horvath saying good night, lads. Ultimate Racing League saying, shh, don't tell him that Paul, his head will grow. Oh, right, about the watching his guides. And Phaser said, I made great progress, but I have the impression that I am now in a less good period. I don't know what you're saying, man. The next league, you're going to dominate.
Yeah.
So here we go then, lined up. So Cinquois in the Nissan. Dershview just ahead of P. White. Where's the toots? Here's the lights, Paul.
They are. You've been holding them a long time.
It was. And it's a great start from pair of them, I'd have to say. And at the moment, Dershview holding that inside line. He's no fool. He's not coming out wide. He's come out a little bit to take his line, but he was defensive going into that first line, which gives P. White an opportunity running up here, would you say?
Yes, absolutely. He's Dirk's doing everything he can just to keep him early doors, just behind him. But P. White's going to obviously put the pressure on.
Oh, and P. White took that a little tight there. I don't know if he had a bit of an oversteer, and that's correct. But, oh, he's coming on. Yeah. But Dershview not running away with this. He's not in a wholly comfortable position. P. White putting on some pressure right now. They're getting to the twisty parts. This is where it tells the men from the mice, and so far both of them going through like lions.
Yeah, that right hander onto the bridge, that can knock the car all over the place. So got to get it settled there. They did well to get through there.
Oh, definitely. And this one could be a tricky one as well, sliding you out to that barrier. And both, oh, I thought I saw P. White's tail end just hanging out slightly. And I think he did. He lost a tenth or two going through that section for sure. Dershview's solid, isn't he? Yeah, down this straight. It's a little out for the toe, though. I've always heard it's about 0.8 of a second to pick up the optimum toe. So Dershview has broken the toe through these long sections. But it seems to be the corners where Dershview is excelling in this race. That's where P. White seems to lose. Oh, no! He's fighting that car, Paul, I tell thee. He is fighting with that Nissan.
Seems to be just as he applies the pressure or the power just on exit of these turns at the back ends, just wanting to come round on him, but he's managing to keep it straight. So
it's amazing. He's driving like an octopus. Dershview, though, solid, consistent. Oh, giving the barrier just a little bit of a... He didn't touch it, but it was so close. He's on the edge. He's not easing off any, I don't believe.
I think that's what you call using the track hand, son.
Yes. But it is a dream to watch Dershview dance around the track. He uses every part of it. He leaves nothing there. Oh, it's lovely. Turning in on the apex, coming out wide. He is a master sim racer.
And I like to see the fact he's already celebrating the new year in with his 2025 livery that he's got on that.
Yes.
GTR.
I did notice that. Getting the festivities in there early. The party starts in a lap, 3 laps, I'd say. I didn't even introduce this format or anything. Part 6, you think people would know what the format is by now, I reckon.
Just go with it. That's what I say.
It's a 1v1 showdown with 5 laps between the two of them. And we're on lap 2 of 5 so far. And at the moment, Dershview is driving absolutely with his pants on fire. He is so fast that P. White is starting to lose sight of him now. And let me tell you, P. White hasn't put a foot wrong. He has driven like a master himself. So it shows you where Dershview's level has been raised to for these quarterfinals.
That's what you're up against when you're up against Derg in the League of Champions. This is the sort of pace you'll be looking at. So, yeah, it's consistent pace. P. White, as you say, he's not doing anything wrong. You just cannot live with it.
No, not at all. I mean, I've seen others go up against Derg and lose by a lot more seconds by now. So the fact P. White is staying with him this closely is pretty impressive. He is on the edge with that Nissan. He fights her. I like it. It's aggressive.
He's not giving it. He's giving it all, isn't he?
He is.
Jumping off down the hills and all back ends coming round on him. I mean, he's got a fire in his hand with that thing. He
has. Oh my word. 210, but I mean, Dershview in the 2090. He has raised the bar. This is a warning, though. This is Dershview's White way, innit? He's come out, and this is not just against P. White. This is for everyone else in the competition this evening. He's come out to show what he means.
Yep. They'll be looking
he's
at
holding.
This and they will be thinking, "Holy mother of yes, indeed."
Definitely, man.
Him next will be, will need to pull their socks up. That's for sure.
An absolute lesson. Unfortunately, P. White, it wasn't just for you. I think it's for 8 other guys that sat there in spectate mode.
Yeah.
But again, I've raced P. White before. I think he is a fantastic little racer. He's faster than me. I mean, I'll race him just because of, circumstance in races somehow, pit stops. We come across each other, but he is a very good racer. League 2. I think he's going to do well there. I don't think I'm going to see him back in League 3. If I'm ever going to see him again, it'll be in League 2.
Well, I've raced against him only once, to be fair, but then he was in a GR1 and I was in a GR3, and I think he dominated that GR1 class ahead of everybody else. So clearly he likes the GR1s, but you know what? He's no slouch in these GR3s either, is he?
No, not at all. Dersby though, lap 3, a dominant force from the off. Really, he stuck to the inside. He wanted the lead. He knew what he had in mind, and he didn't want to get tussled up with any kind of racing. He didn't want to get slowed down by any racing. He wanted to put a demonstration out there.
Yeah, I think he must have thought to himself, you know what, if I can get through the first 2-3 corners ahead, you know, then I can perhaps just pull away a little bit. And yeah, it's worked to a treat at the moment.
Lovely stuff. But still, with the barriers here and the nature of the track, I couldn't count out PY. Anything could go wrong. I have seen it before, Paul, I tell thee. You sat here, you're quite chilled, you're thinking, let's just chat about what was your Christmas dinner like, and then the next thing, you see a car facing the wrong way, and then you're suddenly back into a fight. And I think Derby won't want to risk that, but he's still going for it. He's still getting the purple sectors. He's finding more pace as he goes along in this Nissan.
208 on the cards here for sure. And let's just go back to the Christmas dinner. My Christmas dinner was bloody stressful. Let me just say that was. Well, anyway, racing it is. That's what we're here for.
No, but that's a shame because, well, I don't know much about my Christmas dinner because I was in charge of one thing, that was Brussels sprouts. And I tell thee, I did roasted Brussels sprouts with bacon and garlic chives, and they were damn good. That's all I can say. So, yeah. You've got to be distracted for Christmas dinner. She was in charge of everything else. It all tasted lovely, I tell thee, but the Brussels sprouts were banging. I don't like Brussels sprouts, that's why I cooked them with bacon.
Yeah,
so
I don't like them
I was trying to disguise the taste as best I could. So P White then, this will be his final race in the 1v1s, it seems. We're coming up to the final lap now, and Dergeview's got a grip of this championship so far, and he is not letting go, I can tell you.
6.6 seconds ahead now, as you say, 1 lap to go. Can't see a mistake now from Dirk.
No.
But
no, yes. You never know. The problem is with you sim racer types, you very fast guys, even though a 208.7, that won't be enough, because you'll be thinking, I can knock another couple of tenths off that.
No, don't you? Exactly that.
And then you're on the edge, and then suddenly it's gone. But 7 seconds now to P White. P White still looks like he's trying to get to know the Nissan. He lost a lot of time on that last go around.
Yeah, I don't know if he had a little moment somewhere, maybe.
But, I mean, the way these two have been wrestling, it was always on the cards. The Nissan does look like it doesn't want to do what he wants it to do, whenever he wants it to do it.
It does seem a little bit twitchy under P. White's hands, doesn't it?
It does. Ooh, again, on the raggedy edge.
Bouncing. Keeps it on the just about.
Yeah, man. It's amazing. He's still facing the right way. Roger driving on the edge of the grip that car wants to give him. It is a solid, that is a solid performance. It has to be said.
It is, yeah. Hats off to him. Half a lap to go now, I think, Ryan, and well, yeah, I think it's all wrapped up now. I think Berg's just coasted through now. Didn't get to go too mad, to be fair, but I think this one's done now.
Yeah, he's got to save a bit for later, hasn't he? He's got to get that fight out again.
Well, exactly. You don't want to use all his energy in race 1.
No. But a great drive then with Derg. Not a foot wrong. Pushed it to the limit, I reckon. That's a tight time round here, I believe. Although I don't think anyone else is going to be racing round here. I think this might be the only race. Then we're moving on to the next part.
Oh, really? Okay.
So it'll be a different car and track again. So there we go. There's Derg. Unbelievable drive. Fantastic stuff from Derg.
Yeah, fantastic.
No messing. He was taking no prisoners in that drive, and it weren't really that far behind. Look, White's already there at the line.
And well done to him too. That's a great, great effort. That
it is fantastic stuff. In the chat, then we've got Phaser saying, "Oh yeah, I read that. Made great progress, but I have the impression that I am now in a less good period now." So that's a Dirge view then going through. I probably know who he's going to face, actually, in all fairness.
Go on. Do you?
Well, yes.
You do, you better than me.
Yeah. It's
no idea.
That was race 79. So winner of 79 is facing winner of 78, which will be Unforgiven. We have the admin showdown, but not next. Next we should have winner of 76, which should be Totem. Winner of 77, which should be Dyson. So I believe it'll be Totem and Dyson, maybe?
It must be, because both of theirs, who they were supposed to be racing, weren't going to make it, were they? So maybe they're going to do their showdown as the next one, yeah.
And if not, then it's Dirge. I believe it'll be Dirge and Unforgiven.
Yeah, because again, I think Unforgiven's rival, if you like, is he's not here either, I think. So, yeah, oh well, it's all up in the air. Who knows? We'll see.
But yeah, either Dyson's off buying a car or he's not quite in. But the ultimate thing about this as well, because I should have been more organised, Paul, at the beginning and explained it, because then when they get to the last four, some of the finalists from last week are waiting for them. So, yeah, Grasshopper is waiting for either Totem or Dyson. They've got to face off with Grasshopper, like Dirge and Unforgiven will have to face off with Smith, Agent Smith.
Yeah, and I think even is Callum back as well? I think Callum might even be here tonight. Also.
Well, in the final two races on the cards, the finalist of this evening will have to face off with Osman, and the winner of that race gets to face Callum. So Osman might have another bite of the cherry like he did last week. He's got every chance of getting through to race his foe from last week. He lost to Callum, making Callum the ultimate racing league racer.
The champion, yes.
Yes, yeah, the champion. So, but Grasshopper, Agent Smith, and Osman, all a chance to go back and face the champion. And any of these guys.
It's basically a room of aliens, isn't it? Or it will be, potentially, at the end of that, because every single one of those names that you just rolled off are all from the alien kind of stable.
Oh, yes, it's an alien showdown.
So, absolutely. But you're right as well. He's just come up there, Totem and Dyson.
Lovely.
Looks like that's the next one up. So that is going to be a cracker.
At the Red Bull Ring, maybe?
It would appear so.
Oh, Dyson's in the room, ladies and gentlemen. Dyson just entering in from the left. His team's all around him. They're souping him up. They're getting him all revved up.
Yeah.
Totem already sitting there quite calmly, patiently. A+ versus B. League One, I think, versus League of Champions.
Yeah. Something like that.
But Dyson's fast. I remember him in League 3.
Most exciting thing about this is not even so much the track; it's what car it's going to be. So when you actually find out what the car is that they're going to be driving, kind of like at the moment for me, that is it really does it.
Yes, it is sometimes. Oh, a Briz. It's a Subi. What's that? A Group 2 car? That Group 3?
Is
that the Group 3 car? Yeah. Subaru BRZ or Z.
Not the quickest car, but it's not bad.
No, it's a nice little short track, this one, though, so it's...
You don't need to be quick round here necessarily. So.
Yeah. Oh, has Dyson got one? Has he got to run off and find it?
I think
Few
he is.
rides left.
I think he's at the dealership now. I think he's
There you go.
There you go.
So going track side then, ladies and gentlemen, we have Totem versus Dyson. And I think, like I said, what was it? Grasshopper is waiting for one of these two. It's like the gladiators.
He's been very quick once in.
That doesn't get old, doing that every time. Don't know why they don't have a let's remember what your preferred settings are.
Yeah, what you previously, yeah, exactly. Makes for a good telly though, doesn't it?
Yeah, it is nice seeing everyone's got the same problem.
Yeah. You know, I've got to say, I don't know which way to call this one. Dyson, I've raced many times. You've been your teammate of Dyson before in some championships, and I know he's very consistent and quick. Toten, obviously I've raced against, and he is quick, but this could be anybody's, this one.
Yes, nothing between. Well, I know Dyson, he was in League 3 with Motorstorm Hero, and them two were an absolute. I think you covered the season, actually. Yeah.
I did cover it. Yeah.
And there was nothing between them two, but they were head and shoulders above the rest of us. They really did throw away. I mean, Idle 4 Gaming got in there once or twice, and Chuck, but on a whole, it was Dyson and Motorstorm Hero. They were an unbelievable force.
Yeah.
So, he's very fast. And Totem, yet a League of Champions. Like I said, I'm to cover them next season, so I'm looking forward to seeing all these aliens go for it.
I hope you've got plenty of breath, because it's going to be absolutely on it. So.
Yes, I can tell by the being invited into the messenger. It's they give no quarter.
Yes, that's probably the best way of putting it.
So Dyson, who's on a fast track to the League of Champions, let's face it, he's moving through the leagues quite speedily. I think League 1 next season. He was League 3 2 seasons ago, so you can see the speed the ascent that he is taking. But League 1's not going to be. It's a tough league. I think, is that your league you're covering next season?
I don't think that was that one, mate. I really can't remember. I'm in League 1. I'm racing in League 1, so I'm in League 1. So,
it's just,
but I might still be covering it. Who knows?
Was you doing League? What did you cover last season? What season? What league did you cover last season?
Yeah, League 2, I think.
Oh, 2. So yeah, you should be doing one.
Okay. Well,
we're all moving up one, apparently. That was the easiest way it was done. So they've done their 2 laps in the Subaru. Sorry, I didn't mean to get sidetracked.
Got a lot in there then, Ryan. Look at that, only 3.5 tenths.
Nothing in it, is it, between the two of these two?
No, nothing.
Unbelievable race, ladies and gentlemen, at the Red Bull Ring. 1v1. That's 5 laps. That's going to be gone in a blink of an eye. They're doing 1.5 minute laps. It's going to be done before it started. So do not miss a single second. Get yourselves glued to your chairs. We can't even call it. Me and Paul. Yeah, me and Paul, we can't call it between these two. We're waiting for the lights. The engines are revving. And we're off. Both of them great starts. Oh, I tell you, Dyson might be able to nip it up the inside. No, he's tucked in. He's tucked in. He's going to follow him through the first corner and maybe try and have a go at the second. Oh! He's dropped it. He's dropped it like it is hot ball. Unbelievable.
Now, it's funny, I was just that moment going to say, when they come round to turn 1 next time, they've got to be very careful about that curve. Not only does it give you penalties, but it does things like that. And Toten on the first lap.
Oh, unbelievable stuff. And Dyson then, all he's got to do is try and keep it neat and tidy all the way to the checkered flag. But that's not so much easy in itself. There is a lot of places at this track that can catch you out. Look at him wobbling already around that third corner.
Yeah, but with 9.5 seconds, I just, you know, he must be absolutely, well, he'll be laughing inside his helmet there. He'll be thinking, you know what, couldn't have asked for a better start.
No.
Yeah, I don't know, I can't. Yeah, we'll see.
Let's have a quick look at it then. So they had a great start, both of them, even Stevens on the start. Totem just popping in there to grab a toe. I think he was going to wait, and then, yeah, that curb. Bang. Man alive. And that would have been blindsided to him anyway, because he was so close up behind Dyson. I don't think he would have even seen that coming. I think that would have been as much a surprise to him as it was to the rest of us.
Well, I think he was trying to follow, he probably following Dyson's line anyway, but for some reason, yeah, it spat him out.
Yeah. But still maintaining that 9 seconds. Dyson onto his second lap. No dramas. And that's, imagine what he's going to be looking for from this race is no alarms, no surprises. Let's just bring this one home. And then he can face off with Grasshopper. Oh, Totem just pushing now. It's a terrible.
Just well, he's just trying too hard now. He's just trying to push, but 16.5 seconds now. It looks like that's done.
That's it. It's a lack of experience in the car, but he's done nearly 5,000 miles. He's on his way to 5,000 miles in the Subaru, so I think he should feel well acquainted with it. But yeah, 9 seconds behind. You can only drive one way, can't you? And that's all. Balls out.
Yeah, absolutely. It might just be he might be familiar with the car, but maybe just not round here. You know, you never know.
Yeah, and so everyone's got a bogey track. It might be this one, but Dyson at the moment not a foot wrong. Just bringing this one home steady, I reckon. I don't think he's. I don't know. He still does keep having a little shake and roll in the corners. It's he might still be pushing hard out there.
Well, you know, we've seen it, haven't we? And he could easily happen to him if he does exactly what Totem done. But
yeah,
that's going to really decrease. He's going to be right on him.
But at the moment, Dyson riding the Subaru. It looks like an unfun, not a great fun car to drive, especially in the corners.
Yeah, I wouldn't fancy it, if I'm honest, looking at what I'm seeing.
It's not the most stable of looking vehicles. Even Dyson's hands, it's looking a little shaky.
Yeah, and he's only done 12,000, or sorry, not 12,000 miles, but 1,200 miles it is, so less than Totem.
Yeah, he's not used it as much. It must have been a shorter championship, or he bailed from driving it halfway through.
Who knows? But that's a real shame. I was looking forward to this race, you know, when it came up there, and I'm thinking, yeah, this one's going to be close. It's just a shame it was all over before it really started there.
Yes.
Going off at turn one, it was just, yeah.
That is the 1v1 though. It's half the battle is the short ride up to that first corner sometimes. And Totem pushed hard. He wanted to stay with Dyson, didn't he? I think he wanted to stay around there and try and get him before turn 2. And unfortunately, where he was, and like you said, he pretty much took the same line as Dyson. So how Dyson got over those curbs and Totem didn't is peculiar sometimes. I don't know how much the dirty air as well. You hear a lot of sim racers complain about, you know, in the corners behind people, there's just no car slips and slides around a lot more. Yeah. So maybe it was that as well.
I do hear about it, but to be fair, I didn't really think it was a thing here on this particular game. There's other games out there where it is, but I didn't think it actually was a thing on GT7. But maybe it is. Maybe you can get done by that. But who knows?
Totem pulling, he's pulled a little bit. He's pulled 3 seconds back. I don't know if Dyson's had a moment or he's just easing off now. That was 16 seconds, wasn't it? So, Totem driving. Yeah, he's got 1:30 there, almost a second faster than Dyson. But Dyson doesn't need to go fast, does he? I suppose
he doesn't. This is true. But the formula for that start or finish straight is the distance between them two.
Yes.
So final lap 2. So again, I think he should, in theory, just start to ease off a little bit. Don't need to push too hard now. He's got this wrapped up. But
although it does look like there in that sector he is trying to get that fastest lap back, just to prove maybe this is the problem with those aliens. They don't like to leave anything left on the table. They like to have it all.
They like their names in lights there, don't they? With the old fastest lap and everything. So
like little tokens they like to keep.
Exactly.
That's only coming from someone who never gets a fastest lap, so it's...
Me too.
Sorry I'm late again.
I think I'd get my phone out, take a picture of it if I ever got one.
So I was face with tears of joy.
But yeah, Dyson, solid job. Did what he needed to do. He got into the first corner first, and he let fate and luck and all the other things do the rest for him. And Totem absolutely has driven like the devil himself ever since his accident. But
across the line, I think.
Yes, well done, Dyson, through to face Grasshopper. And Totem, well, no one could have predicted that. It was unfortunate.
Yeah, he gutted, but good effort.
Yeah, but great drive and great lap time there. Great lap time.
Actually, a good lap time, yeah.
So now I believe we may have the admin showdown.
Dun, dun.
Yeah. Unforgiven, who's recently been promoted to the League of Champions. And Derg, that has resided in the League of Champions for a season or 2. Maybe.
Now, I wonder if Derg will have a special livery with a load of spreadsheets on it.
Yeah.
Can you imagine it?
Oh, yeah, definitely. So, Muhammad Ali says 0 traction control. Muhammad Ali saying on curbs is a killer. We saw that. Vodka Rob in the chat saying, good evening. Sorry I'm late again. Stoke won for the first time in ages, so I was sidetracked. Who can blame you? And Vodka Rob saying, well done, Dyson. And Vodka Rob saying the Flying Scotsman. Yes, well done, Dyson. I mean, a great drive. It has to be said.
Yeah, I think you've got to watch it. You've got to watch it. You know, discard him at your peril, because I've known him for a long time, Dyson. One of the original guys, and yeah, I think you've got to be real careful against him. He's a real good driver.
He doesn't mess about. So we're still in the Subarus, still at Red Bull Ring, with Dirgeview and Unforgiven having a showdown. So let's get track side. They're sat in the pits, just waiting for the marshal to wave them on. I think they're in a group chat, aren't they? In the well, who's the admin when it's not the admins? I imagine Muhammad Ali is the host of the lobby, so he's probably the caller of the events as well.
He's like he's like the vice captain, isn't he? Let's put it that way. So he kind of picks up all the slack when they're busy.
That's it. So here we go then. This is a showdown, ladies and gentlemen. Derg versus Unforgiven again. Thanks, Kaz, because, you know, it doesn't get boring. There we go.
Yeah, no, this is going to be another good one. Alex, or Unforgiven, he's become very quick over recent. He's always been quick, but he's become even quicker over recent weeks. So we know what we just seen Dirk, so we know what he's all about. So yes, this one again. I don't know. I don't know what to call here. I really don't. Who would you fancy, Ryan? In this one?
Well, I must say, I have seen Dirge has been nothing but masterful from all the times I've seen him. Unforgiven, I followed his league last season, and it was like a switch was turned mid-season, because the beginning of the season there was some questionable strategy calls in the endurance races, and some really sort of like, you know, I don't know, easy good positions lost easily. But then mid-season, he just sort of turned it around, and then race wins were coming, regular podiums, and yeah, he finished the season really strong. So yeah, I lean towards Dirk, but I think Unforgiven could bring a surprise.
You go, Dirk. I'll equal it up, and I'll go with Alex F for Unforgiven.
Fair play, I like it.
Let's do that.
I know I talked about a game of shots, but I might have to pick the wife up later. She's gone out with the girls, so I don't know if I can consume any alcohol. But I was looking forward to it, getting quite tipsy.
Well, I had my lemonade. So, ready.
Oh, hey, Vodka's saying the volume is slightly out. Mark is a bit quiet compared to you, Thingy. Well, he's so softly spoken, Vodka, and that's how the ladies like it. But yeah, it's because I'm a loudmouth. I shout at the microphone, but yeah, sorry, Paul. Vodka says you're a little bit quiet in the chat. Muhammad Ali saying, yeah, Paul's got slightly quieter. That's because I get excited and I shout. I'll try and talk less. And Vodka saying, I thought it didn't sound like Mark. No, Mark couldn't do it this week.
I'll try and talk a little bit louder, but no, it's all about you, mate. Anyway, it's your stream. I'm here just to help out, so that's what I'm here for.
Yeah, I've not changed any kind of settings. I assumed I don't do anything about your loudness. It's you that do your loudness.
It might be me, but you know what? I'm not going to fiddle about with it, because I just know I'm going to go say there's something wrong, and then you. So you know what? I'll have to just try and talk a little bit louder.
Got to shout over me. No, we'll be fine. And Vodka saying, sorry, Paul. Yeah, it's Paul Vodka. Vodka turned up late because Stoke won. He got drunk, and he's turned up and he's thought, Mark sounds different. He's gone southern on us. Mark's going all Cockney. But no, it's Paul. We've got Paul on board. He's got, and I've already said how amazing his YouTube channel is. And I recommend it highly. It's got all sorts of goodness, like track reviews. Are you going to be doing the track reviews this season? Upcoming season?
Yeah, more than likely. Yeah, absolutely.
There you go. Right then, so it is Dirk versus Unforgiven. It is the admin off. This is where Dirk gets revenge for all the hard work that Unforgiven takes credit for. Are we ready? And we're off, and it's neck and neck going up to the first corner. Oh, just tucking in. Let's hope he doesn't make the same mistakes as Toten. And it's looking good. They got through the first corner, Paul. We survived. But I tell you, Dirk has got a better... he's got half a second on Unforgiven there. I think Unforgiven had to lift a bit through that first corner.
Yeah, it did look like it, actually. It did look like he just lifted it slightly more than what Dirk did, so maybe just allowed him that little gap there.
He was committed, but the sloth is awake, and he is chasing down Dirk. Absolutely nothing between the two of them as they go shaking around that long third corner. And Unforgiven has his markers set, aim set.
Yeah, and I think, you know what, I don't know if penalties are on these 1v1s, but if they are, they stay as close as this and one of them gets a penalty, then I mean, I think they have been on, haven't they, on previous 1v1s?
Yeah, I've seen them come up.
It's the play for you at the minute, and look at Alex, look at Unforgiven.
He really has closed in, hasn't he? And Alex, it does seem like last season he likes to come from behind. and take his victory. Yeah. In the toe now, going up to the first corner. It's a big decision Alex has got to make coming up here.
He won't go for that. He's not going to go for that, but maybe up at turn 2.
Well, that's the one I would think you could get a good run on this straight, which he's trying. Well, we call it a straight, but get really up there. He could probably just get his nose in front before the corner. There it is.
Berg's not like Berg's going to be able to do if he gets up there.
Oh, side by side on the apex, but Dirk's just stood his ground enough. And Unforgiven stays in that second place with the view of the back of that one. Dirk.
He kept the power down there, didn't he, Dirk, going through that turn two, just round the outside, just kept it there nicely on the outside. Look at Alex now, absolutely all over the back of his rear wing. Dirk.
It's tight between the two of them. He gets a good run on him there, does Unforgiven, breaking into this slight chicane. Oh, look, up alongside him. Dirk must have made a slight mistake there in an adjustment, because Unforgiven leapt all over the back of him and has got ahead of him. Now Dirk has got the work to do.
He might just wait and do exactly what Alex done or attempted to do up at turn 2, maybe.
Yes.
If he can get close enough.
But Unforgiven absolutely driving like he's got a fire in his belly, pulling out nearly half a second already on Dirk.
That was a bit of a mistake from Dirk back on double turn. That was, but he went too wide, went a little bit too wide. Alex was a lot narrower and a lot tighter, and he got it done. And I think Dirk, that's where he's lost that time, but he's fighting back.
Braking now, he closes up the gap between the two of them, and on board with Dirk then as he looks at the sloth.
The lights as the eyes flood it.
It's funny. And he's Dirk at the moment thinking this wasn't part of the plan, and in the moment Unforgiven absolutely driving out of his skin on the brakes there.
Anybody's this one. This is going to be anybody's.
This is where Unforgiven made up a lot of his time last lap around. And Dirk just stays with him. They're going to go into this final corner. It's going to be rather scary.
What is he? 4 tenths, 3 tenths now. 2.5. Yeah, he's going to be right up in there again. Does he get a better run? Does he, Dirk? Maybe. He's still hanging it there, though.
It's looking all right. He's just going to try and get up behind him in this first corner, isn't he? And then chase him up that straight again. Ooh. I think Dirk braked somewhat later than Unforgiven there. And now he's going to have the toe. But it's not the longest of straights. It helps a bit, but it's not a miracle worker, is it?
Nah, by the time you get into where you need to be, it's finished. Yeah, it's come at the end.
Again, another short straight, and a very tricky corner coming up here. Corner, turn 3. Has caught many a person out. Braking downhill. Gravity sort of works against you as you're trying to turn in.
Turning, yeah.
But both of them absolutely pros. And no time given between the two of them, still holding it at 4 tenths. We're on lap 4, so someone's going to have to do something. I say someone, that someone is Dirk, is going to have to do something next lap around, or try and find a way to get past Unforgiven. And Unforgiven starting from behind and absolutely nailed it through a part of the corner where we think Dirk made a small mistake, and now Dirk's on the insurgents now. He's bringing the full force of the Dirk towards Unforgiven.
He's a lot quicker in the last section. Is Dirk there, and now this is where he nearly hit the back of Unforgiven up here at turn 1 last lap. Not going to go for it there, is he?
Ooh, both of them are going for it, I think, Paul. No quarter given. Oh, did Unforgiven pick nothing up? No penalty there, but Derg has got such a good drive out of that corner, it looks. He doesn't even need the toe. He's pulling up alongside. He's going to do it under braking, Paul.
He's got to do it now. It's now or never.
It's it. Oh, and Unforgiven tries to keep it in there, and he does. He manages it, but Dergview, I would have thought Derg would have just pulled ahead, but no. Unforgiven, brave.
It's still on the inside, though. Derg, if he can get him on the brakes down here, he'll have it. Got to go for it. He's got to.
There's not many chances left. Oh, and it's tight coming out of it, but still Unforgiven keeping that right foot planted, and now he has the inside. Oh my good golly gosh, Paul, my heart is beating. These two side by side all the way around. Unforgiven.
You know what's going to come down to a last turn dive, I think, here. It's got to. It has. Out now.
So who will face off with Agent Smith with Derg just behind Unforgiven? It's been a nip and tuck race. Derg having a look up the inside. It's not there. Now this is the final chance Derg's got. But Unforgiven, unyielding, takes it. Fantastic race from the pair of them, and Unforgiven leaves with a huge grin on his face. Fantastic stuff there. Whew.
Do you know what? That stayed within 4/10 pretty much every lap, all the way around for those 5 laps. There was nothing in that at all.
Nothing whatsoever. Nothing. Fantastic racing. Bumper to bumper, no touching.
Awesome stuff, Fire.
Yeah, absolutely.
So now I believe we've got Dyson versus Grasshopper. And I'm not sure if the track changes. It might change again. I'm not sure. Or they might be racing with these as well. Let me consult the paperwork.
Who do you reckon we've got now? Dyson and Grasshopper?
Yeah, I think it's Dyson and Grasshopper. But I'm just not sure if the track changes or not.
No, well, Dyson's just been round here, hasn't he? So I don't know.
Of course, he has. Yeah, so because this is part 2 of the last 4. So the track will change again, and the cars. We're getting through the garages, isn't we? We're making them spend their money.
Absolutely, getting the old checkbooks out.
Yeah, that's all right, because the weekly challenge, if you've seen on Paul's channel, it's all about the moolah. It's big money, and a 60-minute race round Bathurst or something.
Yeah, which I didn't fancy doing that as it goes. I haven't bothered with that one.
Well, you may have noticed that I've got to the Sylvia sisters, and they all drove past me, and I thought, I've got to go and fix the car up. And
did notice that, because that was exactly the same Sylvia that I used in that exact same colour, and I'm thinking, hang on, this is my screen that I'm looking at, or is it yours?
No, it
really confused me for a second.
I just happened to have one. I clicked on what car, and it was like, look, that's the newest one. That's got the most PP. And then all the cars drove past me, and I looked and I thought, it's got that setups, and I thought, I've got to go and buy new engine parts and stuff.
I just go with what it is, but I do exactly the same thing. Whatever's got the most brake horsepower or PP,
Ain't open, loudly crying face.
But I got nowhere, and I gave up. But the second race was fun. It's like a little rally cross race in Group B cars. It was fun. So in the chat, Grahamad Ali is saying, Vodka Rob, says, I've been on the Baileys. Grahamad Ali says, what a race it was. Absolutely banging. Vodka Rob saying, awesome stuff. And Vodka Rob saying, I'm gutted the chippy ain't open. No. Are they on a Christmas break? Christmas is over now. I know. It's done and dusted.
That's about catching fish.
Yeah. So what is this? Le Mans?
Looks like it.
No chicane. They better use a fast car, or we're going to be here all night. It looks like a 3-lap race rather than a 5-lap race, in all fairness.
Yeah.
Now, I'm wondering, I think these cars have been picked. I don't think this is a random generator now. I think the final few races, I think, if I believe, well, it seemed in the winner's circle. It wasn't. It was the very final race, I think, was a track. I don't know if it's going to be the same track this time round, but there was a track they had in mind for the final.
I'd imagine it'll be the same then.
But Le Mans, we haven't seen this one come up at all.
It's an unusual choice if this was a choice of someone, or if it was genuinely a random pick. But it's a strange one, but interesting.
It is. And no wonder if we're staying with Group 3 cars. Yeah, they've got, and they've stuck with Group 3 cars all the way through the finals and stuff.
Weekly challenges this week. I love the GRB race.
Yeah, Vodka Rob agreeing with me about the... Vodka Rob saying it's Mackey's then. You lucky devil. And Vodka Rob saying, I quite enjoyed the weekly challenges this week. I love the Group B race. Yeah, it was like it was the little Spanish one.
Yeah, around Barcelona, but it's a terrible circuit. I don't like it. I'll be honest with you. Even on the in these rally cars, and it's not for me.
Of Bathurst wasn't much fun though. Faced with tears
of
joy.
It was definitely elbows out for me. I've got VR, so it's like it was quite claustrophobic, and it was elbows out. And I think the only reason I got in the top 3, I actually won the race I did, was because I think there was a hell of a collision between all the AIs. They all got confused with each other and bumped into each other, and I just managed to whip by them all, because the 2 races I had before that, I didn't even get into it. I couldn't even get any close to them, so I just got a bit of luck, but it was good fun.
Sometimes you take it. That luck sometimes.
So Jaguar F-Type, it would seem. Dyson versus Grasshopper. I think Grasshopper's gone off to buy himself a Jag.
I would imagine that's why he's left. Yep.
I love the GRB stuff.
So, yes. We're seeing the Shag F-Type around Flamans with no chicane, I believe. So they're going to be hitting the needle, won't they, by the Mulsanne corner?
Well, there's certainly going to be some slipstream effect here, isn't there? That's for sure. So.
Oh, definitely, yes. So, as we wait for Dyson, I joked last time, but I can do it again. He's off to grind. He hasn't even got the money for a Jag. He's just now having a quick go in the dailies. So, or he's going to go around Le Mans for 30 minutes.
Now, I've looked at his livery up there on the right, the top right there, and I've just said it. And now that is exactly the same one that I've got. Now, I think, casting my mind back, and I've got a terrible memory, but it must have been me and him as teammates back then when we was using that livery, because that is exactly the same one that I've got. So maybe
this is going to be nostalgia.
He's dug this one out from his garage, and he's going to give it a whirl.
Yeah, while Grasshopper is quickly taking part in a few menu races to build up some money. Yep. So he can buy a Jag.
Third is about a tenner short at a minute.
Yeah. So Grasshopper versus Dyson. It seems Dyson is untouchable at the moment. It's going to be a tough one for Grasshopper to put one on him.
But Grasshopper, from what I've seen and what I know of Grasshopper, again, I've known Grasshopper for a long time as well, and what I've seen as well, he's very quick now as well. He's really a bit like Alex, really. He's just Unforgiven. He's really just really improved. Really got his pace up. So yeah, this is going to be another cracker, this one.
Yeah, and Vodka Rob in the chat saying he's got a lovely Cadbury's livery for the Jag if Grasshopper's looking for one.
Well, he's made me hungry.
Yeah, it looks like. Oh yeah, Vodka Rob will do that to you. He does it to Mark as well. He just comes into lobby and then he just talks about food to get you all sort of like. He boasts about his chip shop. Then he talks about biscuits and chocolate. He gets you right. Ooh, hello. I think that is just.
We've not had enough of that over last week, eh?
I know. I'm still sat at a table with loads of snacks on it, and I'm not interested in one of them because I have snacked myself.
Rolling on the floor, rolling on the floor, laughing.
Yeah, I've ate my body weight in Ferrero Rochers. I tell thee, I didn't think that you could get bored of Ferrero Rocher, but please, no more.
That rally challenge
just happened to say 1 year that's my favourite chocolate. So for Christmas, it's all Ferrero Rochers. Oh, I've got you some Ferrero Rochers. Thank you. Give me some dairy milk, please. Callum in the chat saying that rally challenge thing is Catalonia. I beat in the Himedic. What's the Himedic? A medic. Is that the big van? Is that? Did you get an ambulance or something? Is it like high medic or something?
You could probably do it in that and still win, to be fair. So yeah, more than likely.
It wouldn't surprise me. Yes, he was. He was beastly last weekend on Mark's channel. If you haven't seen it, you should go over, give Mark Wilson, search for Mark Wilson on YouTube, and give his channel a go. But yeah, we streamed the finals, and Callum, he was back on the gamepad. He wasn't taking any risks because apparently he's in the middle of a changeover to wheel. So yeah, and he drove like an absolute alien, pure alien bred, not even slight alien, just full alien.
Yes, I think he's done all these 1v1s on his pad, but he, as you say, he is trying to transition across to using a rig. Or he is using a rig, but I think he's used Adam for all these 1v1s so far. So going back to what he knows.
Well, why not? You got to for something. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, this came from nowhere, this tournament, but it definitely got serious very quickly. If it started as a fun little let's just have something in between leagues over Christmas, it turned into a very serious championship once people got down to it.
Yeah, and we love it.
Yeah, Callum saying ambulance thing, and Callum says tonight is my last ever time on the pad. So Callum saying goodbye. Yes. Oh, who do you think? Oh, Callum, who do you think you're going to face off with then? Is it going to be Oxman again? Can Dyson get to you? Can Unforgiven has been the big surprise package, I think, for a lot of you sim racers out there.
Struggling to drive the last week. Also, cause my right leg has swollen to nearly twice the size tired face.
The way he's really improved over recent weeks, and well, he's showing it, isn't he? Now it's I don't know where he's got it from, but clearly he needs to share that pace around.
He's obviously they've taken him, haven't they?
I think he has. Yeah, I think he's actually finally getting himself into that club.
Yeah, the aliens must have come along, given him an anal probe, and now he's 3/10 faster, half a second faster.
He loved it, didn't he?
He did. So Grasshopper and Dyson already off of a high of a win from a big scalp. It was I imagine he was rather nervous before that race with Toten, but
I agree.
It didn't go Toten's way the night, and Dyson, he did get an easy through, but nothing's an easy through here at the moment. You've still got to get the car to the end.
Yeah, and he's up against another tough opponent in Grasshopper. This is another one that's going to be well, I can't call any of these. It's just got to that stage now that you just cannot call it. It could be anybody's. Any of these can now be anybody's. But yeah, definitely. We're going to have quite a long wait though, because this is only their out lap. We've still got the fast lap to go yet. So yeah, this is an interesting choice of the circuit.
Well, if they slow down after the line, then we know they was told they're only allowed one lap of practice. And is he going to go another one? But that Jag looked quite solid round there. It looked like they were slinging it around the corners, and it was sticking in there. There was no... They weren't weaving around like the Subaru and even the Nismo.
It's a great car. I mean, I haven't... not at that moment. But yeah, no, it's a great car. I haven't, if I'm honest, the truth is I haven't tried it since any recent updates, so I couldn't tell you what it's like now. But yeah, back when I was driving it, yeah, it was really stable car. I liked it.
Yeah, well, yeah, I have said before in streams as well, we might see that they've got 800 odd miles done on the car, but there's been many updates. You don't know when they've driven them last. We know that Grasshopper has actually just bought one, so he's never driven one. But with the updates and the BOP changes, they change the BOP every bloody month or so, the balance of power, if you're not sure. So that changes the whole handling of the car when you're in a lobby set. So yeah, you don't know what you're jumping into. These guys don't, the 1-2 laps, it's not really enough to get on top of what the small quirks of the car are. So It is kind of an even keel for them, because you know, even if you see someone with a lot of miles on the car, yeah, they've driven that car, but you don't know what, when, and what the bottom was at.
Exactly. I'll tell you something, I like Dyson's little strategy here, because he actually, I know he ran off, whether we done it on purpose or not, to try and get this slip now, to try and get that pole position. So I think he slowed down purposely, let Grasshopper go past. Now he's trying to feed off him a little bit, just to try and get, as I say, that first place. We'll see.
That is a good call. He's sticking close to behind, but plus he's getting good information for the race to see what it feels like sat in the slip. And Grasshopper at the moment getting to know the Jag, really introducing himself, saying I'm Grasshopper and I will be your pilot. Please don't scare me in the corners, don't do anything I'm not expecting, and ride the curbs nicely.
It doesn't look like that car, as I just said. It doesn't look like it's going to be one of those cars where you... Oh, having said that, I don't know where Dyson was heading off to there, but...
Yeah, well, I always go back to dirty air, dirty damned air. But I don't know. I have a bad memory of using the Red Bulls in a race once. The Red Bull XO 214 and those things, you can't follow them. You're all over the place when you go around the corner. No downforce. So I imagine these Group 3 cars they're not all aero anyway, are they? So you shouldn't be able to tell. But Dyson there definitely struggled in the braking zone there, went a lot wider. So it's probably going to be Grasshopper on pole for this one. I'm trying to think what the run is. It's a long run uphill into them first corners.
I think you're going to just rely on that back straight, if I'm honest now, Ryan, on this one. I think I don't think you're going to get anything. You're not going to gain any position up to these first couple of corners on this circuit, and then, as I say, get onto that back straight, see if you're still there within that slipstream, and see.
There we go. I think that's Grasshopper getting himself the pole position, with Dyson now making the small slight mistake, and he'll be starting just behind, but like Paul said, it's not going to make that much of a difference when it all shakes up, because it's going to be about that nice long straight. Just stay tucked up behind your opponent, up the hill, down the hill, round a few corners. Now, if penalties are turned on, that is a big one, because this track is a huge track for catching people out with penalties. It really does that fast swinging right-hand corner can really catch people out sometimes, so...
Yeah, it does, it can be. I mean, thankfully, the chicanes are out of the question, which are two other areas where you can actually pick them up, but yeah, there's still plenty of other places where you can pick those up. Yes, definitely.
So Vodka in the chat saying, what round are we at? This is the final, not final race, but it's the final actual one, and then it's back to league racing. I imagine Derg and Unforgiven will be happy to just have a bit of a relaxing couple of months.
More spreadsheets. Yay!
Yeah.
That's what Derg's saying.
Yeah. Grasshopper versus Dyson. Tough to call. Dyson has been unstoppable in the races we've seen so far this evening, and Grasshopper last week dropped out of the winner's circle, and they're off. And it looks like Dyson's had a bit of a better start, but it's a hard camera to judge it.
I think he did.
He did, didn't he? He's up alongside him already. Starting as he means to go on, like at the Red Bull Ring. Grasshopper under braking can hold his line, but Dyson just edges it on the apex, and Dyson absolutely lovely move and a bit of driving, just stayed there and was a pain in the butt, and didn't let Grasshopper put his car where he really wants to put his car, and ended up dominating the position.
He won't be disappointed with that though, because we go back to the slipstream. He's now in prime position, Grasshopper that is, to work off that back of Dyson's car now.
Oh yeah, you see. Oh, and there we go. We're talking about that corner. Dyson has hit it, and he's hit it hard with a half-second penalty. Grasshopper gets away with nothing, and a nice slipstream to boot. So now Dyson, he's got a lot of work to do. Where is the penalty line?
Yeah, near the back, isn't it? In that twisty stuff, I think.
Oh, that's all right then. It's usually, they usually like to put it right in the middle of a long straight to really kill your race. So Dyson then trying to ignore the penalty. That's a concern for later. And getting the toe on Grasshopper. And they're heading very fast towards Mulsanne corner. This is going to be a struggle if they're side by side. There's not much room in that corner, Paul, to let two through.
No, but Dyson's lining himself up to get on the inside, but he's still got half a second that's going to have to come off. But yeah, he's lining himself up the inside here.
And I don't know if Grasshopper, if he's aware of the penalty, is it worth the putting yourself in danger? Just sit behind him.
Yeah, I don't know whether you can see it because we can't see it, so I don't know whether he can. Usually he can, but
usually, unless he's got his hood all turned off. So Dyson then with half a second to pay, and Grasshopper coming back again out of the slipstream. It is a slipstream race, Paul. You predicted it right. Everywhere they can grab a slip, they're grabbing a slip. Now we're coming into quite a tight section here. Dyson. It must be coming up the penalty line soon because he's getting the declaration. Grasshopper doing just enough to stay in. Yeah, you see. And then we'll see how much he drops off. It's barely anything though when you're in car. It doesn't feel much. But already Grasshopper building up to 7 tenths, 8 tenths all along this straight, going a little faster than Dyson. And he's broken the toe, but not as comfortable as he'd like to. I think it's leveled off now. Oh, still growing a bit. So Dyson's got a lot of work to do. Oh, I thought I heard squealing wheels then, Paul. I
think he did. I think he had a little bit of a moment there, Grasshopper.
Yeah, he did. He lost a bit of time to Dyson. So Dyson nearly getting back to the toe zone. I've been told around 8 tenths is where you can get the best pickup from it.
But now it'll be telling to see Dyson's obviously, well, he's within that range now. So yeah, he's got himself lining himself up now for another crack at it.
He is.
And make sure he don't get a penalty this time though.
No, he's got to be careful of that corner. I never remember the name of it. I'm sure it starts with a T. That's probably wrong. Oh, Grasshopper looking a little wide over that corner, but it looks like he's got away with it over the top of the hill. Yeah, there's nothing there. And, Dyson setting chase. Again, Grasshopper pulling out a little bit of time through the corners. I imagine Dyson was a bit nervous going through that corner there.
Yeah, it looks like he took that a little bit easier that time round.
This is the penultimate lap. It's what they've got this lap and the next. And at the moment, Dyson trails by a second. But the racing is very tight.
Yeah, he drops now. He's dropping. So he's down to 9.
Yeah, so he's
9, 7, 9, 6, 9. So yeah, it's dropping.
Yeah, he's got something there. And this is going to be a tense final lap. If Dyson can pull himself right back into the sweet zone, then Grasshopper, he might have to find he's going to have to do something quite clever on the final lap. He might have to drop behind Dyson and try and use the toe against him.
He might have to, yeah. He might have to switch places effectively.
Yeah.
And he'll do what Dyson's doing now. So
Dyson easily rocking up to the back of Grasshopper. And he's going to wait until after Mulsanne, I would have thought. Grasshopper standing on his brakes, and Dyson then, he's seen an opportunity there. I think Grasshopper, he seemed to brake quite excessively. Yeah, I think he Either left it a little too late, or maybe this is what we were talking about. The old, yeah, you can go ahead of me.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, yeah, it's a good call. Possibly.
It's a bit early. We've still got another lap to go, and Grasshopper again moving on by. And Dyson, it's a game of chess out here at the moment. These two are just feeling each other out for these first 2 laps, and I feel that there's something in store for this final lap coming up.
It's building up, isn't it? It's definitely building up.
Yeah, it's, they've both taken it in turns to lead. Dyson's dropped back a bit and managed to pull himself back right underneath the tail of Grasshopper, lining him up again. This is a very fast section, and they're side by side. That's a tough one for Dyson to do around the outside, but he tried to do it. And Grasshopper still leads this race, but not for want of trying on Dyson's behalf.
No, I think, you know what, I think he was just a little dress rehearsal for the next time, because it could boil down to these final few corners on the final lap.
Could. But at the moment, Grasshopper doing all is needed. Remember, he's just bought this car, jumped into it, and he's having to face one of URL's finest. It's a lot of pressure, and he has soaked it up like a sponge. Oh, Dyson just slightly quicker. 441 against a 442. Into the final lap then, Paul. This is going to be cray-cray. Grasshopper leads by half a second, but we know that means nothing around here. Dyson, with that can-do attitude, has been all over the back of Grasshopper for mostly this race, or most of this race, should I say.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if Dyson gets onto the back of it, which it'd be no surprise that he does, because we just see him do it. But if he gets onto the back of Grasshopper, I can't see him make it. You know, I think he might just sit there, and then he might just try something in those last few sections, because you don't really want to be leading it along here.
No, well, we're sat on board with Dyson. I'm keeping an eye on that accelerator. See if there's any lift. Just sit behind him. That's probably, like you say, Paul, would be the best one. He's rocked up to the back of him. No. Still quite a lot of straight left, though. Maybe he assumes Grasshopper's going to come back again on him. And I think...
What do I know?
And I don't think there's any bump drafting allowed, so... maybe I'm on the wrong car. Maybe Grasshopper's doing some lifting as we're talking. He's sitting... Yeah, it's lifting from Grasshopper. So Grasshopper going with the Paul theory. Is he going to pay? Is Dyson going to allow that?
Does he get it done down? Does he have a chance down there at Musan, or does he leave it a little bit later on, near the end? Let's see. He's covered it there, Dyson.
Oh, and they both have just pulled their noses in to not incur the wrath of the penalty system of GT7. And Dyson at the moment leads, but Grasshopper in a lovely position, we've found, in the slipstream. But he wants to get this done before we get up to this next section of corners. Surely we've got 2 tight corners, and then they're all flowing after that, and they're very speedily. And he's looking in the braking zone, is Grasshopper. Oh, again in the... And Dyson is absolutely dancing on his brakes and accelerator like a ballerina, trying to keep that Jag ahead of Grasshopper's. Oh, Grasshopper's gone too hard on the accelerator, Paul.
That's it.
It's done.
Game over.
Dyson has done what needs to be done. Flashing his lights. Yeah, we see you.
He knows he's done. Yeah, he knows it.
Unbelievable. Grasshopper did everything he possibly could, and got a little strategical near the end there, but the fight back.
It had to be. There was the only way to do it round here. You had to be strategic. Just otherwise, it just weren't going to work. So
Such a shame for
it
the
was,
lad.
bad luck for Grasshopper there. Tried
Very
everything.
much so.
He was really pushing, but Dyson's got it.
Yes, Dyson. A great drive. Fell back with that penalty. You know, you'd think that was it, but with the nature of this track and the toe, it helped him come back to the four. And then it was a great win from Dyson. Through to the next one to face. I don't know.
I don't know. But he's definitely one to watch, Dyson, now. Definitely.
Oh, definitely, yeah. He wants to go all the way, doesn't he? He wants to take it to Callum. And Grasshopper, man, you did nothing wrong. The Jag. Let's blame the Jag. The bloody accelerator went down too quick. Great one from Dyson. Going all the way, it seems.
2 out of 2 for him tonight.
Yeah, I think now we should have Dirk versus Smith. So it'll be the winner of that one faces off with Dyson, and then whoever then wins that faces off with Oz.
So Dirk still has another go then, even though he got beat, does he? Is that how it works?
No, Dirk beat Unforgiven, didn't he?
No.
For the no, sorry, yeah, no, not Dirk then. Unforgiven won, didn't he? It was that much of a surprise. I forgot that he'd done it. Sorry, Unforgiven. Yeah, it's Unforgiven versus Agent Smith. I apologise, Unforgiven. You won that, not Dirk.
I would imagine they're going to be here again. I would imagine it's going to be around here in the Jags.
Yes, yeah, in the Jaguars for another one around Le Mans. Yeah, and then it's the winner of this faces off with Dyson, and the winner of that faces off with Osman, and the winner of that faces off with Callum.
And that will be that.
And that is a wrap for 2024 in the URL. Until next Sunday on the 5th, racing will commence through all 5 leagues, 5 leagues, sometimes 6.
I didn't realise it was next week, actually. It's come around quick, hasn't it? Oh, well.
It has. It has. So, yeah, and we'll all be back to covering our leagues. Right, in the chat then, I'll have a quick catch-up. What we've... Oh, they must have been talking as we were going. So, Vodka Rob saying sweet. Vodka Rob saying that half a second could be decisive. That was the penalty, I believe. Ultimate Racing League saying, come on to the semi-finals. Come on. Vodka Rob saying, what a race. Ultimate Racing League saying, these races are so intense. Vodka Rob saying, you can feel the tension. Vodka Rob also saying, that's such a shame for the lad. That's Grasshopper on that final corner, that corner that he had. Vodka Rob saying, the Flying Scotsman strikes again. Ultimate Racing League saying, unlucky was a good strategy as well. And Vodka Rob saying, super close to call in all of these, ain't it? Yeah, me and Paul have been struggling. We were going to play a game, but we've soon realised it's just a game of luck, trying to pick who's going to win what, because they're all bringing their A game. They've all got suddenly serious about a fun little 1v1. That's how it was advertised. Does anyone? I remember it months ago on Facebook. Oh, after the leagues, does anyone want to have a little go in a fun 1v1?
Yeah, it was it. Does anyone fancy having a go at this?
Yeah. It's turned into a monster, and here we are. We had the winners' final last week, where we saw Agent Smith leave and drop into the drop-down finals this week, and he's got Unforgiven, who wants to get past. He's like a guardian, is Agent Smith. He's guarding this one. He's like, no, I've still got one foot in this championship, and I need to go on. And Unforgiven has said, hey, I've taken scalps tonight, and I mean to go on.
Yep, and why not? Why not?
Agent Smith, he looks like
James Bond, doesn't he, in that thing? Literally, look at the colour of it.
It is lovely. Unforgiven. Ooh, it's red. It's brand new anyway. He's not got many miles on it as Unforgiven. He hasn't seemed to... Nice. I like it.
eyes, isn't it, face with tears of joy.
So
We'll see now with Unforgiven. I mean, we've raved about him all evening. We've raved about him all the way through this 1v1. Now he's up against Smith, who we know is one of our quicker drivers, and it's going to be another fantastic race, this one.
It is. Smith getting a buy into this section because I think he was very close. I think it was around this area. He went out last week. So he'll be wanting Unforgiven, but Unforgiven has had an absolute heroic story up to this point. He took a huge scalp. He even wanted me to share it. Who was it? Was it Bailey?
Bailey, yeah.
Yeah, and no one was seeing that coming. So Unforgiven, unbelievable route that he's had to take. Derg, he's taken some big scalps on his way here.
Yeah, so maybe it is his time. Maybe he can take another one.
And these two have been privy to see what Grasshopper was trying to do last round. So I wonder if that'll have any influence in their race whatsoever. It'll be on their minds.
Yeah, I think so. I think they'll have something like that, but they obviously have their own strategy as well in their mind. But whether that's going to be the same as what we've just seen, I don't know. I mean, each driver has their own own preference. But yeah, who knows? This is going to be a good one.
It's fantastic. I'm getting excited. In the chat, Vodka Rob saying he's still waiting for his double quarter pounder. Well, it's better than elevator music then, at least, whilst you're waiting. Us two jabbering on about the Ultimate Racing League. And Phaser, who hasn't missed a single second of any of this 1v1, he's been on Mark's channels and mine. He says it was just a hit corner and the marshals didn't clean it up properly. There you go. Idle 4 Gaming in their house. He says the 1v1 is more serious than the leagues, I feel, in my opinion. It feels that way at the moment. Vodka Rob saying it is, and it is, isn't it? Vodka Rob was one of the ones who didn't sign up for it because he didn't think much of it, and then it started and went, oh, I wish I was involved. Idle 4 Gaming again saying, oh yes, and Vodka Rob saying it's like the world's strongest man tournament. It is like some sort of World Cup, or feels like it's on that sort of as well. It's nice that all the leagues are crossing over, and some of the lower league guys, PY and Dyson obviously, but I have heard he has been in the League of Champions before. But
he's good. It's good mix of drivers from different leagues. You don't know what you're up against. There's some of these drivers that haven't driven against their opponents before, so he really does throw a lot of different kind of mixes in there.
Yeah.
So yeah, fantastic.
It's like the Euros for the Ultimate Racing League.
Yeah, you could put it like that. Yeah.
So Agent Smith, he's not going to be fooling around this evening. He's he wasn't overly pleased about the loss last round, and he certainly isn't going to be giving it up for this green lad who's only just got himself into the League of Champions. Who does he think he is, Paul? Hey?
Well, precisely. You know, I mean, besides the fact he's the boss, I mean, yeah, who does he think he is?
Unforgiven then, trying to psych himself up. He knows these are big hitters that he's having to face, but he's faced them well. Dyson as well, a name that you know he's fast, but I wasn't expecting him to beat Grasshopper, in all fairness. So a Dyson Unforgiven showdown would be rather interesting.
Yeah, it'll be another great one. Yeah, Dyson, you're right. It was one of them ones where he's a little bit against Grasshopper. Is it really, won't he? You know, but he did, and he rolls on. So yeah, it could be Unforgiven, Dyson. Next one.
Derg in the chat saying has been an amazing tournament. Really enjoyed it. Well, man, it's your toy. It's your sandbox. I'm glad that it's turned out the way you wanted it. Surely it's more than how you thought it was going to be. Feels like it turned into something more than what it started. Phaser saying, I think the 1v1 was initially seen as a joke, time filler, but it turned out completely different. And Vodka Rob saying it's made for some great viewing. That it has. Usually just two cars on the track is not what you'd say is going to be good. Even when there's like 15 seconds between them, it's still exciting because still there is the unknown.
Going back to Dirk's point about the fact that it turned out better than what everyone thought. Well, I say let's start getting those votes in early and let's get the next one up.
Yeah.
Not raise AP really.
Get the sign up done. Get the sign up started in January. So Smith has done his 2 tries, Unforgiven, making his way around. And like Paul said before the race, before, pole really doesn't matter here, although Unforgiven's got it, so he's got bragging rights. But it's not what's important. It's that back straight and how you handle it and where you put your position. It's kind of like trying to control your opponent, trying to put him in the position you want him to be in. And that position might be in front of you.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
You're trying to read your opponent's mind as to
Based
what
on
they're going to
speedway
do.
racing would be interesting.
And hopefully
Where is that for?
works in your favour.
I'm in again.
Definitely. Oh, here we go then. Oh, the chat's till the end. We've got Unforgiven versus Agent Smith, and this one is tight. The winner of this faces off with Dyson. We've just seen a win against Grasshopper. The lights are on. We're off. It's the start. Oh, actually, Smith looked like he got away nicely, but he's tucked straight in behind Unforgiven up to the first part of the track. As they break into the left-right combo, which usually leaves me all over the place, but these two get through it nice and planted. Smith just looking like he's playing with his food at the moment on Christmas Day, and he's had enough of the main, and he's just playing with the last of his vegetables. But Unforgiven surprising us all with a little pull away there.
Yeah, but I think you're right. I think Smith is just sizing it all up, having a look to see what Alex is doing on this first lap. I don't think he's going to go for anything on this one, Smith.
No, this is them just feeling each other out, isn't it? Neither of them have got a lot of experience in the Jag. There's not a lot of miles on either of them. Just the same, it looks like they're both brand new. Maybe that's the new thing now, is just going and buying a new one for the 1v1. That's how special the 1v1s are.
Well, possibly brand new engine, etc. So yeah, all the parts are brand new. So yeah, it might work in a favour.
But Smith now picking up a little bit of a toe. His foot is wedged down to the floor. There's no lift in Smith there. He's just closing in, and he's swinging by. Now Unforgiven moved over slightly, but I mean, he knows there's no way of defending that. As they go down now, Unforgiven should just follow him through Mulsanne, I would say, and wait for the straight after if he really did want to come back at him. But like you said, any racing done on lap 1 really isn't. It's just them playing with each other. It's just them feeling each other out.
Yeah.
Ooh, although that didn't look like Unforgiven was feeling anyone out there.
Well, we definitely felt him, but that was a little bit harder than what we thought there.
Yeah, so I don't know if Unforgiven just missed out on his braking, but he had to do some emergency stopping, and that's given Smith the ride at the front. But it's not too bad for a big mistake there. It looked like a big mistake. He's only lost a few tenths, so
it's worked out fine for him. In my opinion, I've looked at that and I thought to myself, you know what, that's not a bad position to be. I wouldn't mind if I was there.
No. Ooh, again under braking. I think Smith seems to like to brake a little earlier than Unforgiven would like to. He seems to keep rocking right up to the back of Smith in the braking zones.
Trouble is, when you've got no bump draft, which we know we haven't in these 1v1s or with any of our championships actually. The fact is they've got to pull out, get past. So I guess that strategy, unless you're lifting, of course, that strategy of sitting behind, it's not really going to work if you're going, if you're going full power. But
you'll take that extra speed into account when you get to the braking area. If you're in the tow, I suppose you are going a little faster and you've got no air resistance. So
they're they're definitely just psyching each other out here. So this is where we're going to now start to see what each one's got, I think.
Yeah, as we come up to the end of lap 1 through the chicanes. And Unforgiven had a moment, but he's recovered nicely, and it's ended up playing into his hands slightly, as Paul said. He's sat in a lovely place just behind Smith, in a track where being behind seems to be the advantage.
Yeah.
League of Champs driver and the League 5 driver then. League 1 and 4 etc. would be interesting.
So Smith then at the moment just doing what he has to do. Get through those corners as fast as he possibly can. Not to be distracted by Unforgiven by any means. And he's just got to... all he can do at the moment, I suppose, when you're leading at this point, you've got to react to what they decide to do behind you down this first straight. If they stay behind you, then there's not really much you can do. You just got to sit there and see when they decide to pull the trigger.
Well, I think Smith's done it. I think what he's tried to do there is he's tried to get away from him through the twisty stuff, and it's worked because he's up to almost just under a second now, that gap. But yeah, I think he just wanted to. He's kind of pulled the pin a little bit, tried to get ahead of Alex or further away from Alex. Unforgiven, and well, yeah, naturally he's coming back down now, that gap, isn't it? So it is meaning to play again.
Yeah, we saw Dyson as well. I think I'm going to have to reevaluate my 8/10 up to about a second, because I think we saw Dyson. We thought he'd dropped out the toe, and then he managed to pull it back down this really long straight. So Smith's going to have to do it all again, isn't he? He's going to have to deal with the onslaught of Unforgiven, because really, it's like we said, it's lap 3 is when this kind of shenanigans is going to count. This is just mind games up until this point. So Smith through. No, sorry. Yeah, Unforgiven's through, sorry. Getting myself mixed up. So Unforgiven through. Smith then gets to look at the back of Unforgiven's car for a short while. Both of them make it through the tight corner. And now we've got another toe opportunity.
We have, and I think it will into play here.
Smith going full pelt at Unforgiven. We've got a heavy braking zone coming up just after this slink to the right. Smith backing off early there. He didn't want to back end Unforgiven. And he's got...
You've got to be careful coming around that fast right-hander.
Yeah.
Much of that inside curve that will give you one, so I think Smith just kind of backed up a little bit there, but look at him now.
Oh yeah, he's all over the back of Alex at the moment. This is a tight one, side by side, going up the straight. And then we've got some ferocious corners coming up, quite speedy, but still uncomfortable to go side by side through. Unforgiven though at the moment still ahead of Agent Smith, but we think Agent Smith's cooking at the moment. He's in the kitchen and he's cooking up a little strategy to use against Unforgiven.
Well, it's going to start to play out now, coming into the start of the final lap. See what we got.
Oh, Smith absolutely driving like a demon there through the chicanes, trying to close up to Unforgiven, but today Unforgiven is not a day that he is losing on. Unforgiven on a winning streak at the moment, and he doesn't want to give that up. And it's all down to this final lap, or we are coming into a very tense situation here as Smith closes up behind Unforgiven. And, when's he going to pull the trigger on this one?
Yeah, he's quicker through there, Smith. A lot quicker through this first couple of corners. Then he's going to be sitting pretty behind Unforgiven along this back straight now. Out faster sectors as well is Smith. So has his strategy, is this his strategy? And if it was, is it going to work? way he wanted it to.
Yeah, we saw Grasshopper did slightly lift down this straight to stay behind Dyson. Is Smith going to just go all in, or is he wanting to wait? Looks like he's going all in.
Yeah.
There you go, we called it twice wrong. So Smith then deciding he wants to take the lead. He feels he's not worried about the toe. He's not worried about Unforgiven and the toe. We have seen, though, Unforgiven nearly falling foul of the toe in the braking zones. And look at him side by side, yeah. Whoo-wee. This is, let's get them out on the table, boys. It is really about the last of the late breakers, isn't it?
Trouble is, you get a side draft as well. Not only when like this, you do get a side draft as well as.
Oh yeah. So Smith managing to stay with him. Oh, but Unforgiven later on the brakes. Does he survive? He does, you know. Now I think Smith conceded that one because he's waiting for this straight.
I think he did. I think that was all part of his master plan.
Yes. So Smith then getting a toe from Unforgiven, seeing the semi-finally things in front. Well, this is the final four, so the kind of final-ish. And again, Smith having a look, but Unforgiven saying, "Thou shalt not pass," doing his best impression of Gandalf. And so far, Smith hasn't. Oh no, Smith picks up a penalty. And do they pass? They do around here. And Unforgiven, they're side by side coming out of the corner. But Smith does have that penalty. They've gone through. That means he's going to get a second added on to the his final time. Unforgiven just has to finish within a second of him, I believe.
Yeah, and it's there's going to be that then, isn't it? I don't think Smith's going to get a second on Alex for these final bits.
No, but Alex wants to finish ahead, doesn't he? You can tell. Unforgiven not giving up a single bit. Smith having to defend all the way, even if it means technically he crossed the line first, but he was not first. He never knows, though. He's got to push. Unforgiven might make a mistake and lose a bit of time. And Smith then heading towards the final chicanes. And Unforgiven is right on him. He knows all he has to do is finish right under his bumper, and all is good. And there you go. Oh, what a shame. Smith then getting a penalty and Unforgiven going through. There you go.
Yeah.
Two surprises, because obviously I think we were leaning towards the guys that raced last week, being Grasshopper and Agent Smith. And it's not. It's Dyson and Unforgiven that Showdown next. And I believe it'll be a different car and a different track.
It will be.
What an absolute evening, ladies and gents, of racing that we are having here. It is fantastic stuff. Let me see if I can catch up.
The racing's been absolutely superb. We're spanning the globe with these circuits, and what a series or an event this has been absolutely fantastic.
It's been fantastic. So in the chat, Jamie Baxter, a comp based on speedway racing would be interesting. Always put it into the URL. They are always interested in new and fantastical ways to race each other. Phaser saying, where is that form? I'm in again. So Phaser can't wait to sign up. Callum in the chat saying, what do you guys think about a 2v2 knockout? The combined lap times from both teammates, fastest total wins, it adds some teamwork to the mix. Sounds fantastic. From a comms point of view, it's a lot of math, Paul.
I'm confused.
He wants two cars to go around and they combine the times together.
Yeah, you know what? Let's do it.
Yeah, why not?
Let's just do it.
Yeah, I didn't understand what this championship was when I said yes to it, so I'm saying yes, I'm up for it. Vodka Rob saying League of Champs driver and League 5 driver. Oh, there he's adding to Callum's idea with League 1 and 4, etc. would be interesting. Vodka Rob saying as teammates. Or Callum saying, or like darts, Premier League, but for racing, 2v2 matches each week. Points are combined, lap times, top teams make playoffs, adds consistency and teamwork. Just throwing out ideas. I like it. And the Ultimate Racing League's calling it finals, because I said, what is it, the finals, final? But there's two races after the final. What are they, like epilogues?
Who knows?
Maybe it is, because I haven't seen Osman and I can't see Callum, so maybe they're not coming back for those last two races. Callum, you racing tonight? I think he said he was, didn't he? So tonight's his last one on the pad. Oh, they're having big entrances, Paul. That's what's happening.
Oh, okay.
We're having the music, we're having all the fireworks, they're going for big entrances. And Ultimate Racing League said finals. We're having finals. Fair. So tonight, next, this is kind of the final of the drop downs. It's Unforgiven and Dyson. I'm pleased it's the guys that dropped down earlier in the championship that have got through. It's nice.
Yeah, me too. You know, I mean, Dyson was the one actually that knocked me out of this 1v1. So I'm glad to see him up there and made it to the end here. So that's good for him. Pleased for him, and obviously Unforgiven. Alex, I mean, you do know, Alex, that if you do go on and win this, everyone's going to say it's fixed. And it's
fixed, yeah. Watkins Glen short course. Do you think that's a choice, or do you think that's just an in-betweener for us, something to look at?
No, I think it's just, I don't think it's a choice.
You don't think they'd do that to him in the finals?
No. Having said that, it's going to be it's kind of the Indy circuit of this track, isn't it, or this location? So it could have been a one that they decided to do for this specifically for this round. So
interesting, yeah, because for the final of the winners circle, it was Nürburgring. It was 24-hour track, 2 laps around the 24-hour track. A Corvette. Yeah. C7 for Unforgiven.
Well, it had to be a Corvette here, didn't it? We are in the States, so
maybe they're just doing the practice laps on the short, and then the race will be, because it's saying race 3 laps.
Okay.
In the top corner, it says race 3 laps.
Yeah,
so
no, see that, yeah.
So maybe they're just having a couple of practices on the short track, and then the actual final will be on the full.
Yeah. Possibly.
Watkins Glen.
You could be on something now. Yeah.
Look at this. We're guessing as well. We're the audience, Paul.
Well, we haven't got a clue, everybody. Honestly,
no.
we're just going with the flow, and whatever comes up, we go with. So that's how we're playing it tonight.
And Ultimate Racing League saying, "Can't believe I won that due to penalties." Take them where they come, my friend.
Yeah, you did well, Alex. You done well.
Great drive. Callum's going in his in the ambulance.
That's answered your question then, I think.
Yeah, that was the high medic, ladies and gents, that he took part in the Group B race on the challenges and won. How he did that. There's no room for that to get around. There's a little bit with this 2 walls where you have to move out of the way of one wall and you just automatically hit the other wall. So God knows how he got that through there. Unbelievable. And Derg
he is an alien, so you just don't know with these guys.
Yes. Derg saying Dyson he's going to get the car. Dyson doesn't have many cars, does he? He's always seems to have to go and buy one.
He's a rich man.
Come on, finals.
Come on, finals, says the Ultimate Racing League. Yes, we are here. Unforgiven versus Dyson are your drop-down finalists, ladies and gents. And the winner of this earns the right to possibly race Osman if he's not already, tucked up in bed. It is getting late, and he needs his beauty sleep. That's it. Yep. And if not Osman, then they get to face Callum. I think we was trying to rename him. We was trying to get an R in there so he could have a UR and an L in his name. He can't race. No, Osman isn't here to stand his ground. So it is the winner of this faces with Osman. The Callum. No, yeah, Osman's can't make it, so it's just Callum who is already crowned champion. He doesn't lose the champion, does he? Is this like boxing?
It's a Dyson tactic to make them think he's not driven the car face with tears of joy.
I don't think he loses his belt or trophy, so to speak. No, I think he keeps that. He just gets.
It's just a bit of fun. Oh, a double victory, yeah.
Yeah.
And Vodkarov saying this is Dyson's tactic to make them think he's not driven the car. Well, me and Paul were saying earlier that we're starting to think people are buying the cars as they go along, just because it's brand new. They don't have to worry about oil, they don't have to worry about mileage, or anything. It's just jump in the car and it's ready to go. So it might be, they might just think, no, I want a new car for this. They might just like that new, fresh car smell, that new car smell that you get.
Licking the leather and all that sort of stuff.
That's it.
Let's not go there. So we are actually staying on this circuit then, Ryan, but they've increased it to 7 laps.
Oh,
so
right, there you go.
Circuit, it is short. Laps.
Hoo-wee. This is. I don't think I've done the short. I'm not sure I've done the short, but I know. Even last season at Watkins Glen, I had a hissy fit because. There's 1 or 2 corners there. The gravity seems to fail you in all ways, and your car just slides out. There's one where it's like quite tight round a brick wall, I remember, and it just.
Yeah, I think I know the one you. Yeah, I think I know the one you mean. There's a couple like that on here. Yeah, I do know the ones you mean.
So, hello, Callum's going for the Peugeot. There we go then. Yes, the Corvette for Dyson, a Corvette for Unforgiven. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your final of the drop downs. This is the last part 6. And hopefully we'll do a playlist where we can put all of Mark's and mine streams in there so we can have it all in one binge-worthy watch. But this is what it all boils down to, ladies and gentlemen. We're going out of 2024 with a humongous bang, and that is Unforgiven and Dyson. 7 laps around Watkins Glen. And don't go anywhere. You don't want to miss this. Oh, I can go to track, can't I? They're probably doing their laps. Nope.
Well, Callum's out there doing a lap anyway. I think he's just having a bit of a.
Oh yeah, Callum's having fun.
Being in his Peugeot.
Saying goodbye to his controller, probably. Could be the last time.
I think we'll see it get thrown out that window in a minute, I think. When he finishes.
So Unforgiven and Dyson, a lot of pressure, humongous pressure is weighed heavily on their shoulders here. Dyson absolutely has been slaying tonight, but a little bit of luck has gone his way. Unforgiven in that last race, a little bit of luck. It was tight, but he was there. He was there fighting. It could have gone. You can't say the penalty won it for him. It's just it helped him.
It can go. We said, didn't we? Could have gone anyway on that particular.
I hope neither
circuit.
of them are in VR with that horrible car grin and squinting face.
Things.
And Vodka
Like gorgeous looking Corvette of Dyson. That looks very nice.
Oh yes,
I like that. Oh, I do.
I do. I appreciate that they've quickly jumped by and put a livery on it for the event. It is easier to tell the cars apart when they don't look the same. And Unforgiven, it's nice. This is a showdown, ladies and gentlemen.
It's a showdown.
The Monster 46 versus Unforgiven. I can't see what's on his car, so Colgate.
I can't see that either. Is it? Oh, it's a fuel-related one, I think, is it? Some kind of.
I thought it was the Peugeot.
Yeah, whatever it is. But
I'm blind as a bat rolling on the
Dyson's
floor laughing.
got his number on his. He's looking good. He's looking good.
Again, a car I'm not familiar with. I've followed a championship with it in, and it seemed, well, here it doesn't matter about tyres or fuel, but it seemed to blister tyres quick and burn fuel, so I'm guessing it's quite slidey.
Look, I done the championship in one of these, and you know what? First of all, I love the car. Then one of those updates came along and absolutely destroyed it for me. And then I got into it and I couldn't do a thing with it, and that was the end of my championship from that point on. So I don't like it, if I'm honest.
Damn you, Kaz, and your sadistic coders.
Yes. Could have at least waited till the championship finished. I mean,
that's
it. Inconsiderate.
It is terrible when they do that. So Dyson then, and Unforgiven. Unforgiven's done a couple of 100 miles in it, 100.5. But I honestly don't think that is. It's yeah, he knows the car, but when it comes down to it, it's the track, the conditions. So many elements that you can't really have an advantage too much. Dyson finding out where the penalties are in this race.
I think that was his fastest lap, actually, so he's going to be, I would imagine, in second place.
He is. Unforgiven then. Beautiful stuff there, 109. And Dyson, it's not even giving him a time. Whee!
Alex trying out a handbrake. That works.
Yeah, try that one in the race then, Alex. Let's see you go down to the first corner with that on. So this is your final. Unforgiven versus Dyson. Wasn't the final we were thinking it was going to be. I must say, I thought we were going to get a repeat stream of last week when I saw Grasshopper, Agent Smith all on the list, and I thought, oh, we're just going to do the same as last week. But there's been upsets. And Unforgiven on the front. Dyson in second place. The first of your finals. At Watkins Glen. 7 laps. It's going to go off, Paul. And here we go.
Here we go.
Dyson having a good start there. Dyson coming up alongside him. It's the corner. No, he's tucked in behind. I thought he just had his front wheel in there then. But Unforgiven then, it was a cracking start from Unforgiven. I thought Dyson had a cracking start, but Unforgiven leads into the first few corners and holds fast against Dyson. Dyson waiting, biding his time.
Well, yeah, what I would say about this track, and I think I'm correct in saying that I don't think that there's that many passing opportunities around here. Obviously, turn 1 is your kind of your main one. Not many more I can think of easy passing opportunities.
No, really, because they're sort of like carrying a lot of speed through the corners, the braking zones. It's taps of brakes, isn't it? Really, it's more dancing with the feather of the accelerator going through the corners. But Dyson right up the rear derriere of Unforgiven. He's trying to pressure him, and maybe this is the tactic to do without many overtaking places. It's just pressure your opponent into a mistake, maybe.
Yeah, well, there's your lap. I mean, a 1:13, so you're into almost just over the 1 minute here, and it's going to be quick laps.
It certainly is.
Dyson's in a good place.
Yeah, we're on board with Dyson at the moment, just following Unforgiven. 7 laps around, but it's a short lap. It's going to be done as soon as you know it. Dyson then creeping up in that toe that we've talked about quite a lot this evening. Surprisingly amount of talk of toe. Some would think we've got a foot fetish or something.
Well, exactly that. I was going to say, well, I'm fetish for this. We're going to love this string.
That's it. I'm going to hashtag toe. So Dyson then, we saw him trying to follow Unforgiven around that long sweeping downhill corner. But Unforgiven is absolutely on fire today. Did he stay on the curb there?
If you go too far out to the right.
Yeah. That's what I was worried about there, but it looks like he must have just stayed in a play.
Yeah.
Because we didn't get the red flashing light, but now Dyson, I thought Dyson was pulling the trigger on that one. The way he was coming down that straight with intent, and Unforgiven using every piece of the track that he has available. But it's not enough, because Dyson's now slipping one through around the outside of this one, and it's Dyson holding fast, and Dyson now getting his nose in front, and Unforgiven with all the work to do now, with 4 laps remaining, not including this one.
was great racing. That could have, both of them could have ended up sideways there, but that was good racing.
It was very close, but clean. So now Unforgiven, he's got to go back to the drawing board. And the worst thing, what could happen now is if Dyson just slowly ekes away. If he starts pulling away, that's not what Unforgiven could do with right now. He needs to stay on him and pressure him as much as he possibly can. But as soon as we see Dyson get into his stride, he really can just open the car up.
Yeah. Of course, my worry now is if he does get a penalty, and it's not in a great place, the penalty sort of zone here, so you're going to lose a lot of time, even last second if you get one. So they've got to be really careful. I'm talking sort of Dyson. If he gets one here, it's going to put Alex right back in it.
It is. And Alex now, I suppose he's in a position where he's got nothing to lose. He's just got to nail every corner and really push hard. But I mean, at this point in the race, if you're in that position, you're not going to start throwing ridiculous things, are you? You're going to wait until what, the last 2 laps maybe, or would you just get on with the job of, right, we've got to take the risks because we're in second?
The trouble is you're already on, well, because it's the short, you're already on 4 out of 7, so you're running out of time. So really, you're going to have to start to think about doing something soon.
Yeah.
Because there's not much left to this race.
No,
really.
No, definitely it is flying through. So Unforgiven then, he knows he's going to have to start, risking things a little, braking a little later maybe, or just pushing a little more than he would. But Dyson, he seems to be absolutely in control. He started from behind, he's got himself past, he's built himself a small lead, and he seems to be in his comfort zone. So it's down to Unforgiven then to go on the attack for the rest of this race, which is only two laps, not including this one.
It's fast, it's almost over already. It's only just started, but Alex, and Unforgiven, I keep saying Alex, but he's Unforgiven, but yeah, he's back there now, he's on it again.
Yeah, he's getting closer. I think Dyson slid a little bit in this long corner, giving Unforgiven a chance. But just when you think Dyson's made a small mistake, he then just follows it up with an unbelievable couple of corners and pulls it right back again. This is like his Le Mans race where you thought he was out of it, 1.1 seconds behind, and then he just comes back.
Yeah, he's very consistent, this guy.
So starting at lap 6, Dyson then 8/10 the lead on Unforgiven, but do not count Unforgiven out. Like I said, most times in this championship we've seen him come from behind, and he just gets stronger as the races go on. And he has a target. It's that monster 46 in front of him, and it's here we see him starting to close up, so he just needs to get into that range, get through the chicane nice and sweet, and then get right on the back of the Corvette. It's looking good. He's pulled a few tenths back now around the long sweeper. Paul, he's making a race of this at the end here.
Yeah, he was up on time, so he's finally got a little bit on him now on this, or coming into what will be the final lap at 3/10 up now. He's Unforgiven, so yeah, he's started to maybe put the plan he did have in place, but Dyson, he's in the lead starting at final lap, so yeah, this is it. Comes down to this.
Oh, big slidey from Unforgiven, but he controlled it. But Dyson, he's unrattled, isn't he? He's unrattled. It's not shook his tree. Seeing Unforgiven coming back at him, I thought that's Unforgiven's wants to shake him up a little bit, get him to push, put a risk out there, because I imagine that Dyson at the moment is driving to a delta. He knows exactly what his car's going to do, where he puts it. Doesn't need to risk anything. This is the final.
He knows he's just got to stay where he is. He just, if don't make any mistakes now, there's only a few corners left, as we know now. You just keep it where he needs it to be. He's got it.
And there was nothing between these two drivers throughout this whole race, except for that one amazing move that Dyson made. And it was he built it up, he set it up, and he overtook when he wanted. And then he's kept Unforgiven behind ever since, even though Unforgiven pushing, and that's that. Is that it? Here we go. Dyson, the finalist, the winner, and Unforgiven coming home in second place. But it's Dyson who now he's won it. He's won the thing. Everyone, he's done a fantastic job. And now we have the winner of the dropouts facing off with the winner of the winning circle. The two have come back to meet. Yes.
Absolutely fantastic race.
But what an absolute race. And Unforgiven can walk away from that. There was nothing in it between the two of them. It was just one move was the difference between the pair of them. It was a fantastic race and very close fought.
Yeah, I mean, if he takes that form, Unforgiven, into the League of Champions, into the next championship when it starts, yeah, he's going to be up there, that's for sure.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be scaring some aliens.
Clearly he can, he's got the, keep up with the best. So, yeah, I think he's going to be up there fighting for it.
So Vodka Rob saying it's hammer time. Vodka Rob saying absolutely fantastic race. And Vodka Rob saying congratulations, Dyson. Yes, super job, Dyson. Now then. Dyson versus Callum. I don't know what track they're going to choose. Goodwood. Hey.
That looks like Goodwood to me.
Yes. Nice. It's a tricky track, It's that first bit where it just keeps on getting a little tighter every time, but just slightly. Just slightly. You don't want to take your foot off, but you just got to, because it's just getting a little bit tighter. And
Goodwood in a GR3.
Oh, yeah,
it's going to be interesting. I don't think I've ever been round Goodwood in a GR3. It's always been like a GR4 or something a little bit like that. But it's the Merc.
It's the Merc. The AMG.
Goodwood grimacing face.
And Vodka Rob saying Goodwood grimacing face. Not one of your favourites. I don't mind. I usually take like road cars around it just to play out with something new, like the Escort or something new's come out. I usually like to jump in it and just give it a little.
Not too bad in them sort of things, but I don't think I'd like to take a GR3 round here.
No, most certainly not.
But I guess if this is the final of the final, then yeah, I mean, with this,
great racing,
the challenges
well
there, they've got to have these challenges. So bring it on, I say.
Oh yes, and it's the big Mercs, the murderous Mercs versus Goodwood. This one, I reckon, it's going to be the car versus the track. So and Vodka Rob saying it's tightrope time, especially as Paul said in the Group 3 cars around here. Definitely, they're going to be really struggling to get around. And the Ultimate Racing League saying Dyson lol, and the Ultimate Racing League saying great racing, well deserved.
Yeah, well done. Unforgiven.
Aye. Does that mean Dyson gets claim of 46? Because I remember in League 3, him and Motorstorm were arguing over the 46 number. I think Motorstorm had to go 046. So does this?
I think he's got to stick with Dyson. He was the original, but also on currently the way it all stands at the moment. Then yeah, I think he deserves to keep that for at least another.
Until the next 1v1s. That's what should be that should be what's up for grabs, is the 46 number or something. So Callum's got himself a Merc.
The same thing with me with the 72. I've got that in. I think it's I can't think who else it was. Nigel, I think he's got 72 as well. I know he always put the 720 because that'd be like me and him fighting over that number. Oh,
that's it. We'll have to start betting race numbers in the next 1v1. Make it interesting. People put their race numbers on the line. Hey, I like my race number. If you do get quite attached to them when someone else has got them, I understand when you're like, that's my race number. So yeah, I get it. Looking at the chat then, Ultimate Racing League saying great racing, well deserved, and Vodka Rob saying I want number 12 but someone else has it. See Paul, this is the thing, we've got to start.
You started something now, haven't you?
Yeah. Going to start gambling our race numbers instead of pink slips, as they used to say in 1950s American films. We're racing race numbers. So Callum, the master of all, the master of the Ultimate Racing League, versus Dyson, the up-and-comer. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. Dyson is on a streak this evening. Callum coming in cold.
You wouldn't bet against him, would you, Dyson, on the current, what we've seen tonight on current form?
Certainly not, no.
I had to take 068. Someone already had 68.
Oh, look, Phaser as well.
If I was going to put my money on it, I'm going to have to say Callum only because of the fact that I know.
Well, he beat the best of the best last week. Yeah, he is very good. Phaser saying I had to take 068. Someone already had 68. And Agent Smith saying Dyson was a top boy a few seasons back. Well, he's come back to be top boy again, it seems. It's like when Harry Potter came back from the dead. So Callum versus Dyson. This is the showdown here at Goodwood for the final. The very final of it all. It's been an exciting tournament from beginning to very end, ladies and gents. We have been trekked.
Didn't he drop out and start again from the bottom
We
though?
have been treated to some great drivers.
It's been amazing. So there we go. They're lined up on the grid. Dyson just ahead of Callum. The lights are on. And it's away we go. Fair start from the pair of them. But it's Dyson that's just got his nose in front at the moment, and Callum set to chase. Interesting.
And talking about passing opportunities, there's none around here, pretty much none of them. I mean, there's along here, I guess, you can pick up a little bit, but there's not many passing opportunities around here, that's for sure.
No, not really. Non-stable. Maybe the chicane if you want to get your elbows out near the end of the lap, but you really got to be precise. Or the back end on Dyson's Mercedes, wanting to step away from him, but he's got it controlled. We'll call that a controlled slide, shall we, Paul?
Yeah, why not? Because he can do that, can't he?
That's it. Callum, though, is his last jaunt with the handset and the gaming pad. He's on it, though. He really is now. Even as we ramp up the lap, Callum seems to be ramping up his pace and closing in on Dyson. But it's Dyson that leads. It's Dyson that leads, which, you know, Callum won't be used to. Is he used to looking at the back of cars?
No, I don't think so. I don't think he knows that the cars had backs. You know.
There you go. So at the moment, though, Dyson on fire. Dyson, he is absolutely not playing.
It's just so much of a one line around here. Everywhere they go, it's just one line. I mean, there's an opportunity there. You can run a bit wide at that opportunity there to pass, but other than that, although he's
closed up. Callum, I think Dyson braked a little late then and got a little slide on again. And now Callum up alongside. This is going to be, close your eyes, kids, this could get a bit feisty. Callum, though, no. Clean as a whistle, no playing. Oh, and Dyson getting a little wiggle on in the mid-corner. A little slap of oversteer, I'd say, mid-corner. And Callum then, that was lovely. It was a Dyson mistake, I think, in the break-in. And Callum...
Yeah, just went a little bit.
Callum went and punished him. He said, yeah, this is what happens.
Yeah, went a bit wide, didn't he? And now he's just pulling away a little bit.
But Dyson's not... He's no slouch. We've seen that this evening. He's sat behind Callum, but he's staying with him. It's like he's monitoring him. It's like he's stalking him. Callum trying to get on with business and create a buffer between himself and Dyson. But Dyson, he's got the bit between his teeth this evening as Dyson. He's already the winner of the Dropout Series. He's facing off with Callum now. And this one is all about the bragging rights. This one's all about the ultimate. Bit of dirt there for Dyson as he tries to thread that huge Mercedes through that very narrow corridor.
Who's going to be the first one to hit that chicane?
I know. I thought that was it. I thought when Dyson was going there, I was like, is it over and off? But he got it through. Callum, though, building up. This is the thing when you've got a nice open track in front of you and no concerns. You can just concentrate on your lines. Callum at the moment showing why he is the champion of the Ultimate Racing League.
Yeah. Shorter lap than the last circuit as well, only a 1:10, and with what, we're into 4 out of 5 already, so
yeah. It's looking good for Callum now, 1.5 seconds. It looks like the Jaguar just a little slidey underneath Dyson's control. It just slid around a bit more. And Callum seems to have a better control of his Merc, although I could hear his wheels squealing there as they bring it through the chicane for the final lap. And yeah, Callum proving why he won last week. Masterful drive
into the 109s, and he just he almost plays with you, not literally, but for that first lap makes you look like you've got a sort of bit of a chance, but then once he gets the move done, and he just leaves you for dead. Just
Dyson's just giving it his all, and he's giving it full beans. So great stuff from Dyson, skidding around the corners. He's giving it all he's got, but Callum at the moment, like Paul said, just total control. Is at one with the car. And here we go then, the last couple of corners, Paul, for Callum again, another win. He's there just saying, yeah, how many do you want me to win of these? Who else? Bring on the next.
Yeah, too easy, lads, too easy.
That's it. Look at him. Yeah, crosses the line. Fantastic job with Dyson. Great runner-up. Great runner-up. Nothing. Oh, and Dyson got the fastest lap there in the end.
Lap.
Yeah, cheeky.
Yeah.
That'll niggle Callum, I'm sure. That's what it was for, I suppose. So there you go. Another fantastic race wraps up on this superb championship, which we've all said all evening how surprised everyone was of how big it became. It was fantastic. Super stuff. Thank you, Paul, for joining me here. Don't forget.
Thank you for having me.
That's worries. Don't forget to go over to, what is it? _Paul _E72 _racing channel.
E72 racing channel. You'll find it.
Find it.
Check out everyone else's as well, because all of our commentators, cracking channels on YouTube, covering all our leagues. Please check them all out.
Definitely, yeah. Oh, I'm always saying, just go to the URL Facebook page if you can, and all of the streamers, they all log, they put their streams on there, so you should be able to watch all of them. They're all worth a watch, because everyone's really good at it. That's the shocker, isn't it?
Thank you guys, nice
We love doing it though, don't we?
That's it. Yeah, it's great stuff. So let's see if we can quickly go through some chats then. Ultimate Racing League, yeah, he did. Vodka Rob saying, looking strong. Ultimate Racing League saying Callum is on a pad at the moment. Vodka Rob saying he's on fire. Agent Smith says ban controllers. Agent Smith with the laughing faces. Vodka Rob saying well done, Callum. URL saying lol, definitely 100%. Vodka Rob saying thanks, guys. Vodka Rob saying great comms as always. Grahamad Ali saying well done, everyone. Phaser saying thank you, guys. Nice comms. Oh, I didn't save any replays. I'll have to find something for a a thumbnail.
Someone will have one.
Yeah,
Anyway.
someone will share one. All right, well, thanks for joining me, Paul. It's been an absolute epic. And
enjoyed it. Thank you very much indeed.
Everyone who watched, thanks for sticking with us and keeping us company in the chat. It's been amazing. So, yeah, that's it.
I'll catch up with you soon. Yeah, thanks very much indeed.
See you
later, everyone.
See you later. Bye.
Bye-bye.